We go in the lookout phase. So we have the tavern, the armor, and finally the joiner.
There you go.
I'm going to draw a faction card. So okay, took the armor. I'm going to get rid of the other one. Okay, we do that again. So what do we got here? We got the Mason's Guild. We have Above Ground Mine, and the Sawmill. Okay, and I'm going to take the Sawmill, I think.
Sounds great.
Yes, I'm going to take the Sawmill.
I'll take the Mason's Guild.
Alright, then we go into production.
My turn. Okay. I'm going to spend a wood and a stone.
The watchtower? No, who is it?
It is the castle. I can spend a guy to draw a card.
I'm going to I'm going to build a sawmill, which costs me a wood. And it's an action. Okay, 1 wood. You're up, Jennifer.
Okay. I'm going to spend 2 guys to draw 2 cards. Can I have 2? Yeah, I'll take 2 cards. Yeah. I got points.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, I am going to spend 2 wood on the sawmill. I can pick them up. And that will give me 2 points. That's actually 1 wood, but I could do it twice. Yeah, doing it twice once. Your turn, Jennifer.
Okay, I will build the Legion, which costs me food and a building. And I get 2 cards. I'm going to take a common card, please. It's 1 card that does. Yeah.
Good. I am going to spend a wood to build the Saboteurs.
Saboteur?
Saboteur. Okay, which is an action. I'm just going to place him up here. Okay. But being that he's a black building there, and I have the border here, I gain 1 gold and 1 point every time I build a black building. You're up, Jennifer.
Okay. I'm going to build the Sculptor's Workshop. Cost me a card.
Oh, I forgot to discard it. I'm sorry. This guy.
Card.
Okay.
And a stone. And I build a gray building, so I will take a victory point, please.
Okay. I am going to... I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, I am going to build the Reed, which is a feature. Okay, it costs me a wood and a location. I do not have any wood, so I'm going to use this gold. And I'm going to discard this guy up here. Okay, and again, since it's black, I get a gold and a point.
I'm going to raise this card and get 2 cards.
Okay.
Can I have a common card, please?
Okay. I'm going to raise this card.
Oh, can I get a victory point also, please?
I'm going to raise this card here, which gives me a point and a stone for the card. And I just knocked over the board. Okay, and a point. But being that I got this guy, I also get a point for raising it. Your turn, Jennifer.
I'm going to raise this building. I get a victory point. You might as well give me 2. Okay, did you give me 2?
Yes.
besides the gallows. So each time I raise, I get a victory point.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to spend a person and a gold and get 2 victory points. Your turn, Jennifer.
I'm going to spend a person and a raise token and get 3 victory points, please.
1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay, I'm going to spend a person here and take the benefit of the castle there, which is 2 cards. Okay. Your turn, Jennifer. It's not actually raising it, it's just taking the benefit of the raise from the opponent's card. Your turn, Jennifer.
I'll spend a worker on a stone to gain 2 victory points.
I will spend a gold. I'm sorry. Yeah, gold to represent a wood, which will give me 2 workers for this guy. For the village. 1, 2. Your turn, Jennifer. I'm going to slide this down a bit.
Okay, I'm going to raise this. And I'll take a victory point. What was up there?
Huh?
What was it? What's the benefit? A gold coin and what?
It is a gold and a stone.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to send the worker here to the pack, and I'm going to collect 2 cards due to Jennifer's castle there. Your turn.
I'm going to raise something with values, just
to piss me off.
yeah. So I'm going to raise this.
You can.
I can't raise that.
Because you can only raise the common cards.
Fine. I want to raise them. Anyway. Alright, fine. I'll get rid of your Monty merchant.
Okay, so she raises that. She gets a stone and a gold, and I get a wood.
You enjoy that wood.
Thank you. You're just so.
And I will take a victory point too.
Why?
Because every time I raise something, I get a victory point.
Okay.
So I'm just going to raise everything.
I am going to spend a wood and a location to build the rabble. So that's the location. Here's the wood. Jennifer, this is your turn.
I am going to build a stone cutter, which is cost a wood and a stone and a building. I get 2 stone, and it's also gray, so I get a victory point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I am going to build the fighting ring, which will cost me a stone and a wood. I don't have any wood, so I'll spend a gold. Stone and a building. This is an action. I'll put them up here, and I will get rid of this guy here. Jennifer, this is your turn. Oh, and being that it's black, I get a gold and a victory point.
Okay, I'm going to build Colossus, which costs 2 stone and a building.
Okay. I'm going to send 2 workers here to get me 2 swords, 2 raise tokens. Your turn, Jennifer.
Alright, so I'm going to spend 3 stone and a worker and get 4 victory points, please.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I am going to spend 3 raise tokens. And I am going to raise this guy here. It costs 2 for the card, 1 because of the defense token. And I will get a victory point and a wood. But I also get another victory point for this guy every time I raise. So that's 2 victory points.
I really don't like it.
And being that I raised it, Jen will flip it over to become the foundation and get a wood. And I should have held on for that until I put this other card. Your turn.
I'm going to spend 2 workers and get a card, please. I'm going to take one of these.
I am going to send 2 workers down here, get 2 points.
I'm going to build a feature, cost 3 wood. But each time I build a red, I get 1 gold and a victory point, please.
Yeah. I'm going to build the raid, which will cost me a wood and a location. Return.
I will build the warehouse, which costs me a stone and a location. But it's red, so I get a victory point and a gold point.
I forgot I get a point. I get a point and a gold for that raid. Yeah, I did. What do I want to do here?
Move.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to send 2 workers over here and get... Oh, I can't. I want to do it all at once. Okay, I'm going to send them 2 down here, get 2 points. 1, 2. Your turn, Jennifer. Again, this could be activated twice. I just did it once.
I'm going to build the pig farmer, which costs a wood and a stone. But it's red, so I gain. I'll get a victory point, please.
Yeah, I got to pass.
So it's my turn. Yeah, I'm going to spend this to get 2 victory points, please. Yeah, I can't really do anything else.
I think we're tied now.
Oh, wait. I'm screwed on the raisin stuff. Oh, I can't
You can't raise me fast.
I can't raise my own stuff. Alright.
You pass?
I pass.
Okay, so now we each get 1 point for any common cards. I don't have any. Jen, how many do you have?
3.
3. So she gets 3 points. We're tied. And now we get 2 points for each of our faction cards. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. What are we at? 36? 34. What did I say? 28? 42, 12.
Are we tied?
Yes.
So I got 28.
So we are both at 62. We're tied.
In the case of a tie, the tied player with the most workers and resources left is the winner.
Okay, so that would be me. I have a stone, 3 gold, and worker. Jen has a gold.
Oh, my raise token something.
They're not resources. Are they resources? 5.
No. Food, wood, and stone. Only.
Food, wood, and stone only? Well, I win because I have a...
You have a stone.
Stone. Jen doesn't have any resources. So, that's the first tie we ever had.
Yeah, I don't like this game anymore.
So, that was Imperial Settlers. Stay tuned for our final thoughts. Thanks
I don't like this anymore. You don't have to stay tuned. I don't like it anymore.
Thanks for watching.
Get gaming and have fun.
She's a pouty loser. See you next time.
I'm not.
Alright, folks, so that was Imperial Settlers. What did you think about Imperial Settlers, Jennifer?
I lost again.
Yes, she did. It's a game that we played this, what, 4 times together?
Like 4 or 5.
Yeah, and then I played it with the full capacity of 4 players, beer mongers. Now, the game is similar to 51st Day in a lot of ways, but it's different in a lot of ways too. I do like the engine building aspect of it, and I think this is more interactive than 51st Date. The base game of 51st Date is. What do you think?
It's not as scary looking.
It's the artwork is a little different. It kind of reminds me of an app, and that kind of threw me off. You're building your empire, and then the cover. The dude looks like
he's roly poly.
Yeah. This guy, it doesn't seem like a mean empire building guy to me. But somebody said he'll smack you with a shovel. He's a cute little guy that'll beat you with a shovel.
And then his dog will bite you. Yes.
So yeah, it can be a mean game, especially with some of the action cards. We didn't play real mean on this. We didn't raise each other's factions a whole lot. There's certain cards from each faction that'll let you do certain things. Like one of my cards would let me steal one of the deals made by another player. So there is a good bit more interaction in this than there was in 51st Date. And it can be a mean game, depending on which faction you're playing and which cards you are lucky enough to draw. Now that drawing the cards affects the game a good deal. Sometimes you can't do exactly what you want to do because of the cards you have. And in my experience with the game, cards are a lot tougher to get in this game than resources are. And
yes.
But I like that. I like that you have to figure out what you want to use, what you want to hold on to. Can you build enough common cards to get your faction cards out? Because most of them cost a location, whether it be a common location or a faction location. And usually you don't want to burn one of your faction locations to get another faction card out because they're worth points at the end of the game.
That's true.
They're worth more points than a common card. The deals, you can make deals as many as you want in this game instead of 3, like you could in 51st Date.
Yes.
And that's good and bad. It's for me, the first couple rounds are nothing but production, and then usually like the second or third round, I'll switch gears to go for the victory points. And I don't know how Jen plays it. Is that
obviously I play it loosey?
Oh, stop! You lost one game repeatedly. Jen will start beating me at this game. I guarantee it. She hasn't stole my strategy yet.
Well, you got to think too. It's like almost 20 after 1, and I'm a day person. You're a night person.
Yeah.
You're all nice and refreshed, and I'm tired.
Excuses.
You're doing right.
I do like that the factions are totally different from each other in this game, as opposed to previous incarnations of the game, where there was just like the range was a little different or something. In this, each faction is totally different. And I've only played 2. I've played the Barbarians and then the Japanese, and they were totally different. The Japanese were tougher to play for me, I think. I thought they would be more of a target because you can raise their faction cards. And both times I've played them, that didn't happen. And one time I think was because the game with the full complement of players, 2 people were new to the game. And it takes a couple games to get used to each faction. So I just don't think it clicked with them that way. And it's awful tough to get additional raise tokens in the game unless you happen to draw one of those cards that allow you to produce them. To raise your own card, it costs 1 raise token. To raise an opponent card, it costs 2 raise tokens plus any shields or samurais. In the case of the Japanese, they act as a defense too. So for a samurai, is another raise token. So theoretically, if I were playing the Japanese, it could cost up to 4 raise tokens to raise a card if I had a shield and a samurai on it. and the race tokens are a little tough to get.
It has solo player variants. That's good.
It does, and I have not played that yet. I wanted to before this, but I just didn't get a chance to.
You didn't get to play by yourself?
No. I want to see how the solo variant worked out. A lot of people like it. Some people it took a while to grow on them, but I have not played it yet, so I can't really comment on it. Also, I haven't played the Egyptians or the Romans, so I can't comment on them. Jen, however, has played the Romans. I think that's all you've played, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, I've heard the Egyptians are broken. You're guaranteed to win when you play them. In the game that I played with the full complement, the Egyptians did win, but it was like a 3-point difference between the first and third player. The last player was behind us a good bit, but it was a tight game the whole time. And there are cards in other factions to offset the effects of the different opposing factions. I believe with the Egyptians, it's the Barbarians that can offset their effects of them, and then with the Japanese, it's the Romans, or it could be the Romans with the Egyptians, and then the Barbarians with the Japanese. I don't remember, but it's something like that. What do you think about it, Jen?
I like it. I like the artwork.
A lot of help.
Yeah, I'm good like that.
Well, what do you like about it?
It's fast.
Yes, it is faster than...
It doesn't drag out.
Yeah, it's only 5 rounds.
Yeah, I do like that. I like the roly-poly man.
She likes the roly-poly man.
Yeah. He's probably like old-time mobster or something, so he will whack you with a shovel.
He's just sheep's in wolf's clothing.
Yeah.
Now, do you like the gameplay?
Yeah, I like it. I'm not helping it at all.
No, she's not. This is what I go through with her.
Because I can't say I like stuff, because then you'll buy every single game like it.
I already know you like it.
Oh, shut up. In comparison to 51st State, I like the scoreboard better. Keeping score is a lot easier, because you just do it as you go along.
Yeah, instead of counting up your points at the end of each round, you can
have more deals, which is, like flipping over the blue or the red side in 51st State if you played that before.
Well, no, actually, I think the actions are more like the red side. And the blue side is like the deals in comparison to 51st.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to find out more about this defense token thing. You only need one.
You only get one. Each player gets one defense token. There's additional ones for further expansions, but it's a free action to play it, and then once it's on the card, it stays there until the end of the round. And then during the cleanup phase, it comes back, and then you could put it out again the next round.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the samurais, when you're playing the Japanese, work the same way, but they stay on the card throughout the game. Basically losing one worker, but they act as a defense token.
I like the meatballs.
Yes, the component quality I think is really good in this game.
Yeah.
What do you think about the woman workers? I think that would be a woman in a dress, right?
Yeah, I think I pointed that out to you. That they were all chicks.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
It's a game. I don't,
Yeah, you just don't really see
pink people.
And the pink meat, and the pink meatballs in the first place. Yeah, but usually they're the 2 legs and 2 arm type deal.
No, that's cool. It's probably easier to make them that way with a dress than notching out the legs.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about the card layout? I think it's a lot easier than 51st State.
Yeah, it really is simple. It's factions on one side, common on the other, action, features, production. It's easy peasy to lay it out.
Yes, I like that they got rid of a lot of the iconography, which there was a big learning curve in 51st State with that iconography.
I didn't like that.
I'm glad they went with the text. There is still some icons, but they're pretty intuitive to pick up.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, the cards.
Yes. I like that you could hold resources in this game, on your player board at the cleanup phase. Now, each faction is different with what you can hold, but I do like that. Like I said, the Japanese are food, the barbarians are workers, the
Egyptians are coins.
I believe they're coins, the gold, and then the Romans are the sword, the Reese tokens.
I don't know, but I'm being Egyptian next time.
Okay. I personally, the scoreboard, I don't like that zigzag thing, that snake. There's been more than one time, not only with this game but other games, where I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah.
I do like that it's only 5 rounds. Not that the other implementations of the game, 51st State and all that, they normally didn't last over 6 anyway, but it is quicker. It's probably an hour-ish.
Yeah.
With 4 players, I think it was like an hour and a half.
And you think you're not getting any points, but you do rack them up.
Yeah, the points, all of a sudden you're just scoring. It's a slow build. I do like that. I do like that. It's that engine building. I like that in most games, and when you look at your player area, you feel like you're building stuff. I like that too, in a lot of games. Not only this one.
No, I think it's a good game. I like the artwork. It's easy setup.
Yeah.
I mean, in descriptions, they have you sitting across from each other, but I don't think that matters so much.
No. It's most games are like that. You play opposite sides to each other, but we usually play next to each other because of how we film.
Yes.
What about the common and the faction cards? Do you like the difference in them, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I like some of the common cards are powerful, and anybody can get them, and then the faction cards are the same way. There are some that are real powerful, some not so much, but, they give you the same thing as another faction, they're just worded different, or you use a different resource to get points or whatever, but I think they're pretty balanced, between factions. There's one faction that can offset the overpowering of another faction and stuff like that. Anything else?
No, I think I should get more defense tokens.
Well, that is for expansions, and Ganassi is working on the first expansion of that now.
How old is this game?
Not old. This came out. This premiered at Gen Con in August.
Oh, okay.
I got this one because I got 51st State because I couldn't get this one, and then I found it after I ordered 51st State. Like I said, I'm glad I did. I like both of them for different reasons. I don't know if I like this one better than 51st State or the other way around. This one's more family friendly.
Yeah, I think so. But in the same respect, though, that it does seem more family friendly just because it's more colorful, I think. There is more screw the next guy in this game than there is in 51st State, I think.
Yeah, but that's just in the base game of 51st State. If you go with the new era, there's more interaction. Yeah, 51st State was the basic.
Okay.
As each implementation of 51st State comes, it gets more and more interactive and stuff like that. Now we haven't played New Era.
We don't own it.
No, we don't. Or Winter, the expansion of them. But this, from what I understand, this is what they learned from each of those games combined into one, and they made it a little more family friendly. Instead of post-apocalyptic world,
Apocalyptic?
Yeah, that.
Apocalyptic.
And instead of the end of the world, they made it into building a empire. So that was 51st. not 51st. That was Imperial Settlers.
Barry loves Polish things.
Yes.
His wife.
His wife is Polish.
Games. Yeah.
I do like Portal as a whole. You know, we have a few of them now. We have Robinson Crusoe. I do like that. We have Theseus, which we still have not played. It was down the shore for a while.
I played it all the time.
I want to get that out soon.
It was great. I love it. I don't ever need to play it again. I played it so much.
We have 51st State, which I like, and Imperial Settlers, which I like. We have Testament, Duke de Legacy, the Testament of Duke de Lacracy.
Did I like that? I don't remember.
It's the one where we're building the family tree.
Oh yeah, I like that game.
Still don't. I think I like it.
You don't like it because it's girly.
I play another game or two of that. We do not have Hiroshima Hex, which is what 51st State and all them are based on that world. I'm thinking about it. From what I understand, they're going to come out with a new version of it because now it's going to be strictly through Portal Games instead of, I think it was Z-Man who distributed it in America before. And then there's some more factions and all that were for the Polish edition that they're going to make into the American edition, or the English edition rather. So that I want to look into that a little bit more. I don't know if Jen and I will get into that one. It's like a war game type deal. Not that that bothers you, but we'll see. Jen thinks I have enough games. So that was Imperial Settlers. If it's something you think you'd be interested in, check it out. Your game club, your game store.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. There's other videos on the internet about it. Tim Norris, the Grey Elephant, he does both the solo play and then he plays with Carmen. Both very good videos. That I can think of offhand. I'm sure there's others.
You can also skip the text and watch the tutorial.
Yes, Portal Games has a tutorial of their own at their website. As usual, I'll leave a link in the description on where you can find information on it, where you can Portal Games. So that was Imperial Settlers.
Thanks for watching.
Get game.
Have fun.
We'll see you next time.